I'm gonna lean forward a little bit. I feel like leaning forward is a better look for me. Tits.
Robert Paulson.
His name was Robert Paulson. Alright, trailer reactions. So this was the trailer, the Justice League trailer that I see here on the 23rd of July on their some sort of channel. So around that time is when it came out. It's a little old now. We watched this. I remember saying to you, man, this trailer started and I was all afraid, like, I'm going to be that guy again. I'm going to be the sucker who's like, man, the trailer makes it look so cool. Fuck. And then by the end of the trailer, I was like, never mind. I'm not going to be that guy this time. I'm going to be the guy who says, this movie doesn't look too good.
Like, I will see it because I see all superhero movies, but it doesn't fill me with a huge sense of confidence. Like, it's hard to do a movie like this where you have a lot of superheroes and like a shitty enemy, because there's always a shitty enemy. You can't. It's never done where it's like, oh, cool, that's good. Like,
what do you mean? Like, we have to rise to the occasion to fight this amazing foe?
It's this series of shitty exposition wrapped around a character where you're like, that doesn't even make sense, and like, either you couldn't beat that guy, or how did it take you so long to beat that guy? Like, anytime you do a thing like this,
these are so vague, but they're so on point.
But they're correct.
That's what happens.
They're just like, there's never a good ending. You could have good scenes, but you can't have a good movie.
Well, because the ending is, hey guys, get ready for the next 5 years to watch all these other movies.
Yeah, and I like Wonder Woman. I think the person playing her is cool. So I just said I like the guy playing Flash.
I was gonna say, I think you've said you like almost every character.
Well, I like Ben Affleck Batman.
Right.
Jason Momoa, I'm like a huge Jason Momoa fan. But just because you give me the characters I like, if you wrap them in shit, they're still covered in shit. Like.
All right, so the Aquaman that you see here, what are the problems seeing?
No, my major problem is not necessarily anything to do with Aquaman's character himself. I think if you just start from Batman, when you first met Aquaman, it was like a submersible or something going into a ship, and he like pops out. I was like, what the fuck was he doing in that ship? Why make it such a dumb thing?
In the previous movie?
In the previous movie, when you first interact with Aquaman.
He looks like he's holding his breath, or he's in like a perfume ad where he's underwater, like...
So it's like, okay, you have a cool guy playing. Jason Momoa is like a great actor. He's a physical guy. He looks cool. He's got like a cool presence.
Yeah.
But if you put him in the stupidest scene possible, he looks like an idiot, and he looked dumb in that scene.
And when you do that, and when everyone signs off on it in this flagship movie, you then worry going forward. Well, you did that. What else are you going to do with this character in the future?
So let's just start with the trailer. The only bits I know. He comes on the king tide to give this starving fishing village fish. Why? Why would the King of Atlantis do that?
Sure.
Why?
Because Ben Affleck needs to hear about this rumor and then go there to meet him. I think it's the reason.
Dumb.
Yes,
it's dumb. It's
100%.
Dumb. So like, you've already given me piles of shit. You've already coated me in dumb shit.
And I called him Aqua Caveman because he's like, talk. And then he grabs him and slams him against the wall and all that stuff, and they're doing whatever.
Well, that doesn't hurt me because potentially...
Is that okay?
Potentially, English isn't his first language.
Ooh, sure.
So I'm okay with you not being this like,
speaks Aramaic.
And like, also, who the fuck are you, Batman, talking to me some shit? Fuck you. Yeah, I give fish, whatever. But why the fuck does he do that? That's dumb. Like, why does the man, ruler of the ocean, give his subjects to the fucking man?
Yeah, that seems
he
a little
hates,
counter. He's supposed to not like people? Is that the...
It depends where, like, we're in the line where there's no contact, presumably, at this moment.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think he would not like surface dwellers.
So you would have wanted, like, there's some sort of, like, either like oil things are being damaged, or like there's an expedition and they keep losing drones, and it's like, what's going on down there? And then it turns out to be Aquaman or something. You want something like that?
I want something.
Instead of
like, you could have started
Fish Delivery Man.
You could have started it with something else, with him like the first encounter with him when they had the first video could have been him like sinking a ship that was whaling or something, and I would have been I've been like, cool, you're good. And the same deal here would have been like, my play would have been Bruce being like, all right, we know there's an oil spill here. I think he might be there. Okay, we'll go blah, blah, blah. Or use your fucking bat sonar crazy bullshit. Find Atlantis, motherfucker. Like, do something. Your shit's weak. Moving along, though.
Sure.
You have Cyborg, which, like, clearly becomes Cyborg in this movie because you see him as his original character in his football uniform before this happens. So if this is going to happen from like an alien attack, and his dad is someone who works at Star what the hell is it called? Star Industries? Star.
Well, they showed us already the mother box
I forget the goddamn
scene where he's becoming cybernetic.
Yes,
in-
but
so
so he's,
timeline
you know,
stuff is.
it's
a little
already
weird
picking
here.
up sharp. It's just I don't know what's gonna happen, and you know, boom tubes are gonna open up. Shit's gonna go down. It's gonna
I
be.
thought so. As bad as I thought he looked in, BVS, I thought he looked better in this trailer when you saw him with the cybernetic stuff on.
Ugh.
Not great, but better than he looked then. Because he
But,
looked
like,
really bad back then.
If I say one broken leg is bad, two is worse, so one is better. Like
Well,
it's still
yes.
shit, and like it looked all CG. Like
Yes. But
I don't understand why
it-
we hate practical effects so much.
It looked,
DC has learned that fucking CG is shit. It's horse shit. You made a whole costume out of it, and the world rallied against you. Why are you doing it again?
I wonder.
Do you
like,
make Batman's suit out of fucking CG? No, for a reason, because you're not stupid. Like,
CG has gotten better.
it doesn't matter how good it gets. It's still bad.
In BVS, though, it looked like After Effects. It looked like some sort of weird Maya project that someone threw together. It looked horrible. I'm not expecting.
I'm not
anything.
arguing. I'm agreeing.
I'm not a fan of Cyborg because I don't really know that much about
I don't
him.
hate Cyborg.
Per se.
I just
Well, I mean,
hate
like, it's not like
he's
personally
not a
wounding
character
me that he's not being done
that I
well
think
or something,
is
so.
beneficial to just like jump into.
Like, why him? Why not Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter? Why not
Yes,
Hawk Girl?
and I know
Why not one
actually
of them?
why, because I read something not too long ago that they wanted to do a thing where like he's a great exposition man because he can like he is the internet. He can read the text messages and this and track the files and blah 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 and data terrorism and like you know he has a lot of abilities to do things like that they don't have to explain. They can just put on the screen.
Huh.
He's very simple for that, which Martian Manhunter doesn't bring to the table.
Yeah.
But Martian Manhunter's a cooler character.
Yes.
A pivotal character in most scenarios, actually. One of the most powerful characters, actually.
Maybe too powerful.
Maybe, but
Speaking of which, we have the Man of Speed.
I thought you were going to say Steel. Yes, the Man of Speed, aka the
boy,
Flash.
The Boy of Speed.
The Boy
I
of
think,
Speed is more appropriate.
so.
You know, I like the Flash. The Flash is a cool, witty, quippy character. You know, does his shit.
I got like a Justin Long vibe out of this thing, though. Do you think that that's a good direction here? What do we?
They're going with Barry Allen right now. Wally West in this one.
I thought they said Barry.
Barry Allen, yeah. So that's fine.
Yeah.
I just. It just fills me with rage when I think things could be so good and they just like I feel like they're falling short of their potential. And this is just the first trailer. It could easily pick up and get better here. But you have so much exposition for so many characters to drop in this movie that I think it's going to fall short. I think he would have benefited from doing the Marvel way of having a lot of characters have independent movies and then make a big movie.
That's what everyone said, and you can hear in this Ben Affleck literally sort of quotes the Samuel L. Jackson. I'm putting together a team of people and all that shit. And you're kind of like, that's a little on the nose from the other thing.
But what annoys me is Batman is like the least likely to create a team, in my opinion.
I know.
Batman is the I work alone dude.
They had to make him that
and
guy.
you've made him that guy.
For some
Like,
reason. Well, because he's been.
it should have been Superman, but nobody fucking likes the guy who plays Superman, so they can't make him the main character.
No one likes.
I don't even know his fucking name. He's cocksucker number 3. I hate this guy.
You destroyed the name out of my head.
It doesn't.
I don't dislike him. Real quick though, the Flash thing. I like at the end where he says I'm in, and then it's this weird beat, and then he says like I need friends or something like that.
Well, because
like,
Bruce drops his like gravelly voice. He goes, "Really?"
You're in? Okay, so like number one, super funny. I thought for him to say, "Wait, you are in? What the fuck?" Because he's probably had all this trouble. You know, when people go to rally the troops and they're like, "Well, who else is in?" And he goes, "We've got 3 of those and one guy from here." And he goes, "I'm not joining up with you. You're destined to fail." And he's just like, "Wait, you're in? Fuck. Okay. I mean, okay, yes, you're in. Great." But I thought it would have been a lot funnier if the Flash was like, "I am so in. are you Batman? And like saw the thing or whatever, and just cut on that instead of the weird I need friends.
Well, you saw the
joke or
realization on his
like
face
that.
when he caught it. It was like, because when it's first spinning to our eyes on that angle, you really can't tell what it is, and then you know it's a batarang, but like you can't see the bat symbol, and then like when he holds it, you're like, oh.
I wanted there to be a comedy because I actually kind of dug him until the I need friends part, not because I hate that he needs friends, because just I thought it didn't work as like a joke, right? I was kind of like, ugh.
Yeah.
This is
But
sort of yucky.
the face
I'm
he
worried
made,
about the
I was
humor.
like, there's proper eye movement, and like, you know,
oh yeah.
the tone was okay for me.
I think if you're gonna have that kind of humor, he's definitely gonna be able to provide it. Suit looked a little weird. You see like one split second
That's
thing
because
of him in the full suit.
God. No one can
all
ever
that
make
stuff.
things good. But do you remember how like things have come a long way? Do you remember the '90s Flash show? The Flash was played by the guy who played Dawson's dad from Dawson's Creek.
Holy shit! Maybe I do remember that.
It was like a big foamy muscle suit.
Where he's like, I was just running to catch the bus, and suddenly I was like 10 blocks away.
It's just like, so things have come a long way.
Yeah.
But you're really never gonna have a good suit. Like, you have suits that are like, that's pretty good, that passes, that does this, but some suits are just like, they're designed, the way they look, they only look good on drawing. Like, you'll never have little like lightning bolt flash things coming out of your ears and go, that's cool. You'll always go, why do you have that?
It's always going to be weird in real life unless you
Yeah.
do tight black leather and shave your head.
Well, and the way, because the way things like move to your face is like, that has to be like spirit gum like taped to your face, like.
Which you wouldn't be like, I have to save the city
No.
and start doing
Well, and the
all
same
that
reason
stuff.
Batman has eyeshadow over his eyeballs so that they're
Yes.
black when he blinks, like.
Yes.
A lot of things that don't make sense. And then when he removes the mask, it's not there. On his eyes, that is.
I know.
And there's no problem in having it on his eyes. Like, you could leave that on his eyes. That's fine.
You'd look
If
like a
anything,
weird
give him
football
like
player.
a stripe across his face so that if his mask comes off, he has a little bit of anonymity.
Yeah.
No one ever does things with intelligence.
You've gone much deeper into that than I would go. That's very nice.
Wonder Woman's
that a lot.
costume, though, pretty good. Not exactly the costume I've come to love, but pretty good.
Wonder Woman emerging for me as kind of like the high point in this in a way, where like when she was announced, they were like, that bitch from Fast and Furious? We're so upset about this. They should have gotten the MMA chick. This is bullshit. But I thought in the movie she was good. And
No,
in
she
this
was good. Her
trailer, she looks
accent
good.
is like perfect almost for me. Like, it's not the cartoon one. It was like, you know, like super American, like I am proper voice. But like
Okay.
this does it for me, where I'm like, no, there would be like some sort of thing. She's from a different
Miscellaneous
one.
foreigner
Yeah, where it's like,
accent.
and I'm like, I don't know what that accent is, but I like it. Like you're weird European or something. No, but that's cool.
okay with it.
Something that's always gonna have trouble for me is the lasso. Will always look goofy in real life because like it's a fucking golden lasso of truth. Like
it's a glowing. Yeah, so they haven't played into the truthiness part of it yet.
no,
She was
and I
just
don't know if they will,
lassoing,
but I would like them to because that's a key part of the character for me.
Doomsday, yeah. I liked her grabbing Doomsday and pulling on Doomsday with the fucking
well, it's
lasso.
magic.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I like this.
You know. And who haven't we covered? Did we miss one person?
We talked about Aquaman, Flash, Cyborg. We just touched on Wonder Woman
I guess that's everybody for this movie.
and Batman. So that's
Batman
five
and Superman we're
people.
not really going over.
Right. Well, so
But,
Superman. I mean,
I don't like him. I've gone on record that I don't like him. I don't like
Sure.
the Superman movie. I don't like anything this guy's done. I hate him.
I liked Man of Steel, but after BVS, it's tough.
I just think he's
really,
bad. And I've said this before in different things
Sure.
where I think the smartest move ever would have been to, when you relaunch this whole movie series, go with the kid from Smallville. And then you could have
never
made an
really
extra
watched
billions of
Smallville,
dollars.
but-
I don't even like him that much.
Okay.
I'm just thinking from how you can make money.
Business.
It's like DC, well, you had one show that ran forever. It was your only really successful good
was the only
thing.
time you really did
Why
something.
not fucking plow home with that?
What's that kid up to? Would that even
Nothing.
work?
He's retired or some shit.
I have
He
no
could
idea.
be dead.
I don't even know who that was. Maybe he's
I don't know
300
his name.
pounds now.
Nah. But so, you know,
times.
that's my...
Well, so Justice League now is going to come out whenever it comes out. We are obviously going to see it.
of course.
We're skeptical and concerned.
I'm happier
about
that Ben is in
this
charge,
film.
has more power than he had in the last film, because they say he saved that one, but damn, if he must have changed, that must have been the worst pile of
Well-
garbage ever if he, pulled that out of the fire, in quotes.
Without getting too much into BVS, I just want to say, because they talked about, so like the 3-hour cut came out.
Okay.
People watched it, and some people were like, you know what? It's a better movie. It's not great, but it's better. So I don't know what to tell you. Fuck. Because the rumor originally was it was like a Kill Bill situation where they had like a 4-hour cut, and they had to cut it down, and then they had to, and then like they only really like pressed this 3-hour cut, but they were like, no, you can't go to theaters with a 3-hour Batman movie. Fuck you. Okay, fuck.
I think you totally could. If you can go to Lord of the Rings,
you totally could.
Why can't you?
I wonder now about whose fault that is, because on a certain level, Zack Snyder, I love you and stuff, but it's your job, like you work for these people, and if they say, like, I doubt they said, yeah, 4-hour movie, fine, and then at the last minute said, you have to cut it down or something like that.
No.
I'm sure he was just like, well, I'm Zack Snyder, and it's Ben Affleck, and like, they're just going to let me do it, and then like something had to happen, arguments or something political had to happen, because you can't be like, well, the 4-hour version was the real version, and I couldn't possibly turn that into a workable movie. That's like,
and what did it hit theaters at?
2.5-ish, yeah.
233 maybe, something like that.
Yeah, so
229.
Like, and at 2.5, it was a mess. We agreed with the internet on that in general. I think if you did like a word cloud, the word mess is like big. It's like a lot of people were like, that was a mess, and it was a fucking mess, which is like the editing and the stuff where maybe they were chopping stuff and leaving parts out to be like, well, we have to cut it for time.
Well, if you honestly started with, like, we know from just trying to cut like minutes off of things.
Yes, exactly.
It's a fucking nightmare. To cut a 4-hour movie into a 2.5-hour movie, I can't even imagine like what you would have to cut out. I would love to see that 4-hour version.
I actually that's the sad part is the 3-hour version, which I believe is also rated R and includes some stuff or whatever the fuck is being released. The 4-hour version didn't make it to that final state, so that's never coming out or whatever.
Which is sad.
Or so we hear, or something like that. So,
well, in 10 years, I'm sure it'll come out as like a special DVD.
I would like to see that version myself. I would actually buy that.
Yeah, no, I just to see if it was. If the movie's actually bad, or if it was turned into something bad.
Well, and because people talk about the 3-hour cut and basically say, well, actually now the Africa thing makes more sense, and the Senate thing makes more sense, and the mother boxes make more sense, and the like weird bald head ting ting ting, like that all makes more sense. And I'm like, oh, I'm not sure how that, like, I can't go back in time and see this version for the first time and see if it makes me feel differently. But I'm like, well,
I'll wait a year, totally forget about the first one.
Like, if all those things were less of a mess, maybe that would have been helpful. I don't know. That's enough of DC.
But with any luck, this will not be as bad. I'm still not optimistic.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in cautiously.
But that's the thoughts on the trailer of the new Justice League movie.
Boom.
Don't Die in a Fire.